everybody here today, I want to let us know that every information, every idea in this program, it is not that of Clevenard TV. Like a TV station, Clevenard is just there to create a platform for people to come on board and voice their opinions and then their ideas. So I'll have with me today members or ex-stars of the Nigerian embassy in Spain, and ladies they're not happy with what has happened over there. So they are here to clear the air and they say one or two things about their grievances and all that. With me here today, I have Pastor Larry. I have Pastor Larry, welcome to the program.
Good morning. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming on board. And I have Mrs. Caroline Alonge. Mrs. Caroline, my opinion.
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning. Then we have Mr. Edward. Mr. Edward, welcome to Clevenard TV, my opinion.
Good morning. Good morning. Happy for giving me the opportunity to express myself here.
Then we have Mr. Sunday. Mr. Sunday, good to have you on board.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Appreciate having you as well.
It's all right, sir. I think the last person you're supposed to be having, Mrs. Catherine. I don't think she's here yet.
I'm here, ma.
Yeah, Mrs. Catherine.
Good morning, ma. I'm happy to.
Good morning, ma'am. You're welcome to my opinion. Yeah, thank you. This morning, I just want us to be free as much as possible. Okay. Yeah, I would like to start with something, and I want Pastor Larry to create a back view on this matter we're here to discuss. What are you guys really here for? What do you want the audience to hear?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Why are you call this meeting? What do you want your audience, your target audience to hear? Why are you here?
Thank you very much, Mrs. Franca. What we want to tell the audience is about problem that has been going on in the Nigerian embassy here, Madrid, Spain, concerning the staff, which we believe their sacking was unjust. The ambassador who has been going about telling people another story of what has happened, and that is why we want to say it clear and loud to the audience to know the truth about all that has been going on. Thank you. Yes.
Stories about what happened over there. Now, I don't really know. Can you just give your own overview? What actually happened there? He has given his own, right? But what happened? What is actually the situation there? Why were you affected in this sack exercise?
Thank you. Thank you very much. It all started in January when Ambassador called an emergency meeting of the local staff. We sat down with him in presence of the head of chancery and the accountant, the financial attaché. And he started telling us story, appreciating all our good work since his arrival in Spain. But suddenly changed the conversation and mentioned the story of what happened 23 years ago in one of the missions, how the ambassador successfully closed down the embassy without no problem. And from there, he started saying, yes, all he can do, he can close down this embassy as well. Only he needed to talk with two people in Nigeria. All of them are his friends. He mentioned the foreign minister. He mentioned the information minister. And from there, he asked us, what do we have to say? Well, you have not said anything. Now, the next thing, if you people don't have anything to tell me, go and meet the financial attaché. And from there, we went to meet the financial attaché. And what the man showed to us, he showed us a paper. And what was in the paper? A provisional contract. And he explained to us that ambassador asked us to sign a provisional contract, which is against the labor law of this country, Spain, that we are. You are starting from temporary to permanency. So we have all started, we have contributed so much. There are some of us who have contributed 27 years, some of us 22 years. The least about 5 years. Now, we told the financial attaché, no, it is not done in Spain that you convert your permanent contract to provisional contract. So we explained to him, but that was the wish of the ambassador. And one ambassador called some of us, and we explained what the law means to him. That it's like you are resigning your appointment. What he needs to do, give us a kind of termination of appointment, pay us off from that, then present the new contract. That will now, any one of us who is interested to continue with you in this embassy can go ahead signing the temporary contract. But to him, he refused. Instead of that, he began to sack. And within 2-3 weeks, he has sacked 11 people without any justification. And the first thing, he was managed to pay 3 people out of 11. Even those 3 he paid, they are part of their entitlement. And they felt in this part of the world, the only place you can get justice is to go to the court. And the 3 went to the court. I think from there, he learned that in this part of the world, no one can be sacked anyhow. So the 8 people, he called them and attached condition to their entitlement that they should come and sign off their money with a clause that after getting the money, they will not go to the court. Now, the question is why is Ambassador Demola Seriki is afraid of taking him to court if he believes what he's doing is right?
All right, Pastor. We'll get to that actually. I'll get to ask that question later. But I want to know when he came on board, the first thing he did was being good to the staffs. Don't know if I got that right?
Yes.
He all of a sudden came up and then he started acting up the way he did now that led to this sack of a thing. I don't know. Did you people ever made an attempt to ask him what was actually happening and that one, why he would want to do something like that? Mr. Sonny, please, I need you to answer that.
Well, actually, I can say he started from me first of all. The first week he arrived to Spain. Immediately he saw me, he said that I'm trying him, that I'm not obeying him. I said, Your Excellency, but I haven't known you before. How come about me trying you? After that, for 1 week interval, he was threatening to sack me, which he asked the HOC to give me a sack letter. HOC now told him that, Your Excellency, Mr. Sunday have a contract with the embassy. He said no, that he was informed that Mr. Sunday has no contract. They now go to my file and search. God so kind, they find out my contract. He now fills a condition that I sack me, or they will give me 1 year provisional contract, which I will be paying my tax myself, and they are going to pay me off. With all the pleasure, I tell the HOC that, yeah, I'm okay with it. I will sign the contract. Believing that maybe 1 week, 2 weeks, or 1 month, they will give me the contract. Since then, 1 month, 2 months, no contract. All of a sudden, the contract come to everybody, which nobody will accept to sign the contract. Just like my colleague have explained, Mr. Pastor Larry has explained. This contract is, anybody that signed the contract just sign his own dead warrant, because the contract will have no benefit to us. One, you will get the contract and you will be paying your social security, your tax. It's of no use. That is how the whole thing started. So I see no reason he threatened to sack us without no benefit. For example, a lot of us have worked for 27 years, 28 years, 25 years. I think what he could have done is to give these people that have dedicated their lives working with the mission for so many years, instead of giving them credit, all he did is to sack them. There is an ambassador that was in the mission before, Mr. Ebeny, if I'm not mistaken. There's a man from Guinea. This man worked over 28 years now with the mission. Mr. Ebeny gave this man a credit award by giving him a letter to visit the country which she is working with. Now the letter is there. Mrs. Ambassador Bianca now came to serve the mission as an ambassador. Okay. Contract.
Ketu, I'd like you to answer that. What is the difference between these two? And then why is it bringing so much agitation?
Permanent contract.
Thank you very much. The provisional contract means that if you work for many years, they will give you permanent contract. And when this ambassador come to terminate us, he didn't want to pay us off from that one before he give us another new contract. He just tell everybody with automaton that we should obey him to sign what he gave to us. And he sent his wife from America to call me to ask me I must sign that contract. I said, no, ma, I will not sign this contract because this contract did not benefit me. Because I work all what you people want me to work. If you are working with these people, you have to have 10 hands and 10 legs. Because working, they send you your own work and another person work, and you do interpreter, you do everything they ask. He even give me award because of the kind of work I'm doing there. Now, he sacked me without no reason. He only sent his wife to ask me to sign. I say, man, I cannot sign this contract because it's a dead warrant. I never see somebody who signed his dead warrant. I cannot, man. Since when this woman come and this man, I never said no to them. I only say no because of this contract they gave to me. I said, if I sign it, it's my dead warrant. Ma, if you are in my shoe, can you sign the contract? Did your Oga show you this type of contract? You are asking me to sign. No benefit, reduction of salary, no, nothing. I say no, ma, I cannot sign. That's the reason he signed me. He sacked me.
Totally is French. I don't really know what to say here, but I recently listened to his recent interview, the one he had with NTA Nigeria. Okay, and in that interview, I remember hearing him clearly that the reason for this sack was as a result of the nonchalant attitude of members of the embassy towards their duties. So how do you reconcile that? What do you have to say about that? Mrs. Caroline, please, can you come in there?
No, I think I better.
Okay, you want to come in? It's all right, there's no problem.
Ambassador Demola Seriki can give us another definition of the nonchalant attitude. Because the first thing, 2 of the people he gave award of best workers of the month were among the people he sacked. The last person who received the award, the same week, he gave him a sack letter. So if the word nonchalant attitude means the real definition, then I don't think those people deserve to be sacked by Ambassador Ademola. He is in the right position to tell the world what he meant by that. If 2 people of those whom you have awarded the best staff, the best workers, you sack them, just a week interval. So let him define what he meant by that.
I do hope we are able to bring the ambassador on this show again, and then we will be able to ask him one of such questions and then others. Okay? But he did mention something, but when he was trying to explain the nonchalant attitude, he did mention something that during office hours, okay, and when staff are supposed to be on their duties, they go ahead to do their own personal duties. So I don't really know, he was referring to you guys, obviously. So do you have anything to say in defense of that?
Yeah, I think I can answer that.
Okay.
To me personally, I can say that he lies. Because why I say he lies, he's channeling to the security people. He said there's no security. He went to the office on Sunday. Now, the mission, the security people there was up to 5 people, 6 people before. Some are the residents, some are the transfer. Ambassador Demola came, he reduced them to 3 people. Now, these 3 people are working 12 hours every day, Saturday, Sundays. And these Saturday, Sundays, there's supposed to be someone that will be in position, in post of that afternoon time, which he went to the office. And nobody to be in the position which, because he withdrawn them and he reduced them to 3. I can tell you that today, the security we have at the chancery now and at the resident, there are more than people that were working before. Because normally you're supposed to have 2 shifts, morning and night. But we, the Nigerians, we are doing 3 shifting, morning, night, and afternoon. So 8 hours. But due to less or shorter of people, we are doing it 12 hours. But 5 people that are working there now, they are doing 8 hours. So the very day he went there, according to what he said, was on Sunday, and that on Sunday, nobody to cover that tax power. Because if anybody happened to cover it, then the person have to work for 16 hours. Yes. Yes.
But was any complaint made to that effect? He get to know that, and again, now this story he said he heard that you guys will stay up for what you are supposed to do on duty. Have you ever wondered where such stories actually came from? Because I don't want to believe that he will be on ground monitoring everybody. I don't know if you are getting me.
Yes,
so
yes.
Please throw more light on that.
Yes. The complaint was made to the chancellor, to him as well. Several occasion, the person in charge of the security, the person in charge, he always write a letter to him, text him a message. Your Excellency, we need more people at the security. We need more people in the security, but no response. No response.
He will have done there. If any complaint was made against anybody, the best thing for him to have done was to invite the person over and then talk it out with the person. So was there ever an instance like that where he called maybe 1 or 2 of you members to ask, this was reported of you, how and why was it this way?
No complaint, because he said that the security is not okay. You people should ask him, the past ambassadors, do they have any problem with the security section? Do they have any problem with
Definitely, I will get there. Definitely, I will get there. I'll ask that question. I really want Pastor to talk extensively on that. Thank you so much, Mr. Sunday. Mr. Edward, please, I'll let you to come in here.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Wiki made mention of a kind of debt owed by the embassy. Mr. Edward?
Yeah, I'm hearing. Yeah, are you hearing me?
He made mention about the kind of debt owed by the embassy. I don't really know. He didn't throw light on this, but I would want to know, do you think the debt we owe, that was owed or that is being owed by the embassy was responsible, or is responsible rather towards what has just happened?
No. The point is that the debt that the embassy.
Sorry? I asked a question on his debt owed by the embassy. Can you make any comments on that?
I think his camera is on.
The camera. Okay, and Pastor Larry, do you have anything to say about that?
Yes, thank you, Mrs. Franca. The debt we're talking about is an accumulated debt, unpaid social security by the ambassador. I want to quickly tell you, when Ambassador Bianca came, she did all her best to reduce the debt, the social security that guarantees the future.
Are you hearing me now?
Okay.
Are you hearing me now?
So,
are you hearing me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is that normally in the Spanish here in Spain, when every company has to pay its social insurance to the quota to the government, part is paid by the workers, which is slashed from our salaries, and the other part is paid by the embassy itself. So within the past 3 years, with the former ambassador, they never paid those monies. So both the one that they cut from our money and the one that they have still to pay, they never paid it. So the question is, where did they keep the money? So over a period of 3 years, and so that woman, the other ambassador was here, they never paid those monies, and that's what they owe. Both the one that had taken from our monies and the one that they have to pay, they never paid. So that's the problem. It's accrued debts, which is caused by the embassy itself.
What is being owed, and then the sack that he's giving to you guys, right?
It's not even about. We've been lucky. We've been lucky that here in Spain, if they took it seriously, maybe they wouldn't even have medical services. But they just do it because the previous ambassadors have paid those social security, have been paid without any problem. So you know, this one, that's the president, they say so, that's the Mr. Okay, and this other ambassador who didn't pay, so he came and met those issues. He was supposed to instead try to sort out those issues. Why they didn't pay? Not us. Instead, our own money that was taken from our side has not been paid. But we're just lucky that we have medical services and so on, because of the fact that the Spanish system is quite good and reliable. Otherwise, we wouldn't have medical services. So it is not it's the problem of the embassy not having paid that money. It's not us. It's not because of it's they will have to pay. It's there are norms that if you employ people, you have to pay the social security. That's how it is. They are the laws of the nation. It's not as if we invented it. If they didn't pay, they have to question themselves, not us. I think the Nigerian government has to ask the embassy why they didn't pay those monies, because part of the salaries and so on, part of what they have to pay to the Spanish government. Because we go to the hospital free of charge and so on and so forth. All those things. If you go to any hospital, if you have any disease, they will take care of you and so on. Those are facilities, and you have to pay for that. So they have to ask why they didn't pay those monies. And the Nigerian government sends money every time, covering all those expenditure, but they don't. The ambassador in place had the money, or should explain where the money went to, not us, the local staff. It's not because we are the one to pay. It's just that's normal. Not only here, everywhere on earth, in France, in Germany, wherever you pay social security. That's how it is.
Okay, thanks so much, Mr. Edward, for that explanation. Now, there's also a report that when he initiated his sack, okay, that he offered some of you guys an amount of money to stay out of court. I think Mr. Larry made mention of that earlier. Pastor Larry, please, I'll let you come up there. So I don't know what kind of money was given to you guys to stay out of court, and what was the reason for doing that?
Thank you very much.
Can I answer that, or can I answer that, or Larry want to answer?
Yeah, please let's Pastor Larry please talk on this.
Okay.
Yeah, one thing is this: when you are given a sack letter or your appointment is terminated, they call it finiquito. That is in Spanish. That is your pay off. They pay you off. That will cover the length of period of time that you have worked in that particular institution. And in the case of Ambassador Seriki, as soon as we sign the termination of our appointment, what he does, he offers us an amount of money. Thankfully, the first people who are lucky, the money was paid into their account. But we discover that the money paid was just half what they are entitled to collect from the embassy. And that was why, well, to get justice in this country, kind of redress to your case, the best place to go is to go to court. We hire a labor lawyer who calculated the right amount of money we are entitled.
That he knew would result in all these issues.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he paid 3 people, and the 8 other people because he discovered we have gone to the court, he now decided to put a clause to the other people that before you receive your money, you have to sign that you are not going to take the embassy to court. But why? That's why he's the only one who can give an answer to why didn't he want to go to court. If he knows that the amount of money he has paid is according to the labor law of Spain. So he is in position to tell the world, why don't he want to go to court?
Can Can I add something? Can I add something, madam?
Contribute something.
Can I add something?
Okay. You can go ahead.
Yeah. Actually, in Spain, before you lay off a worker, especially like we've been there for some 17 years, 15 years, 20 years and plus, you have, first of all, there's a procedure according to the law, because we don't live anyhow here in Europe. There are procedures. So even for the you need about 3 months to dialogue with the workers, to engage with them, with the labor inspectorate and so on, so that they come and see, you come to a compromise. And it takes about 3 months. You must bring maybe one of the leaders of the local, the workers, the staff, so that you can discuss with them, so that it's a serious matter. It's a whole life affair. It's like, because it's somebody that spent 70, 20 years in a place. You don't just think of like that as if it was stroke of the pen. No. So he didn't do that. And if you don't do that, it's against the law. It's wrongful. You get the point. And then if according to him, he said that we are laid off because the Nigerian government cannot pay how to reduce the staff strength. That's what it says. But and when you lay off workers like that, you must justify.
Sorry, I didn't get that right. Did he say the Nigerian government asked him to reduce the strength of the staff?
Yeah, that's what he told us, that to know the strength. Meanwhile, that's not the real reason. First of all, was that we should sign the new contract. But before then, you have to agree, you have to discuss, have dialogue with the worker for at least 3 months. That's what the law says. You come to a compromise with even the authorities here, so they see. There must be also must show proof of what you are saying. You cannot just say that no, we don't have money to pay, but you must show proof that it's not money to pay. Meanwhile, it's not true, because when he sacked the workers, he employed even more. So which means it's not justifiable. In that case, the sacking is wrongful. What he's paying us, what he's trying to pay us, is for when the case is actually right. Therefore, the money will be okay. But if it's wrongful, you have to pay double the amount that you are paying. And the lawyer told us that it's wrongful because he didn't follow the normal procedure. And it's a lie, because he has employed more than when we were there. So therefore, how do you say that they hasn't got money to pay us? How do you say the Nigerian embassy or the Nigerian government says that it hasn't got enough money to pay the workers, so it should reduce the transfer? And that letter you're talking about is in 2012, when we're still category D embassy. So it doesn't make sense. That is why you have to pay us more than that.
Let me start with. All right, so I've gotten you, but if it was true that the Nigerian government actually asked him to reduce the staff strength, and the way he went about it, is that how it's supposed to be done?
Not at all. And apart from that, when you say you must show proof that the embassy or that the government cannot pay, it means that either by trying to show, by then to reduce not only the local staff, even the home base, you must reduce that number. And also, when you send them away, according to the law, you don't have to take other people. But meanwhile, like for example, let's take a case of the security guys. There were about 4 at 2 only at the place, at the residence. In fact, it doubled the number, and taking foreigners to work instead of even Nigerians. It took all the Nigerians were there and put a private sector, which is more expensive to the embassy. So how do you say you don't have money when you spend more? Just like you tell your children that I don't have money to send people to a good school, and then you go and buy a Rolls Royce. You don't believe you don't have money. We are lying them. The same thing with the government. You tell them that you cannot pay because they don't have money, but you employ more people, and you spend more to pay them. So how do you justify that? That is why it's wrongful dismissal. Therefore, and when it's not justified, it means that it's wrongful, and you pay double what he's paying. And when even we pay more, tell them that, well, we are free to go to court. When here the law is, when you give somebody some particular decision, it's free to go to court. That's how it is. So the court will decide if it's right or wrong. That's what it should have done. But he didn't do it. They say he put a clause that we shouldn't take him to court. But if that clause is unfounded, it's groundless. It's not done here. You see, we feel that you doesn't want us to earn anything. And it's 1 year salary. You're for 17 years, 20 years, they take you 1 year, they only pay 1 year salary. Then the rest of the time, what do you do? That's the question. What do you do with the rest of the time? At least with 2 years, which is still not enough, you can manage. But it's only 1 year. What do you do with the rest of the time? That's the question. It's a high degree of say, wickedness, to be candid. They work for 17, they play 20 years, they thank you is they give you 1 year salary. Where is it done? And what about you employ more people? You're like insulting the people, you're making fun of them.
Okay, and then in the last interview we had with Pastor Larry, he actually made mention of something about the predecessor of Ambassador Seriki, about the activities there, while working with them, that there were some people monies that was supposed to be paid to the staff that she wasn't paying the staff. Okay, I want Pastor Larry to please speak on that.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Allegations that most of the things that he was supposed to be giving to you people before or during COVID-19 rather, that it was later discovered that she was sending it back to her own constituency. Okay, now can you just clear the air on that?
Yes, thank you very much. During the COVID-19, well, we know in Nigeria, palliatives everywhere, and nobody was going to work. All the offices were locked down.
Millions of Nigerians so far, they didn't have food to eat. But we're being told that things were coming from abroad, manners were being dropped from abroad. But let's get that clear. There was most palliatives in this country, I can tell you that. So I don't really know, but I need to continue from there.
Actually, what we were expecting from the then Ambassador Aderonke Folari, was our normal salary. But instead of Aderonke Folari to pay the worker, she used most of the money to give palliative to our people in Ogun State. The staffs, in fact, the first 3 months or so of Ambassador Folari in this country, one of the senior drivers died. She didn't even consider the family of these people until after more than a year that we put up a case against her, that before she paid the family. Now, we discovered that while Ambassador Folari was suffering the staffs working with her, not paying us our salary monthly, we have to stay 3 months before we get paid. You know what it means in this part of the world. We pay rent. There's no excuse for you not to pay rent. There's no excuse for you not to pay your bills. There's no excuse for you not to allow your children to live. But Ambassador Folari came to change the system, to be paying staff 3 months' salary. What happens to the allocation that is coming from the federal government of Nigeria every quarterly? Until we discovered that there was a palliative being shared, bulk tanks of rice shared with her name written to each bags of the rice. Then a blogger exposed her, and she was recalled back to Nigeria. We thought when Ambassador Seriki arrived here, it was like a messiah.
I'd like to take you back to Ambassador Folari, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I want to ask a question. When you guys were experiencing this and having to stay for 3 good months without salary, and then knowing fully well that she was using your money to do something else, was there any report made by you guys to anyone? Did you make any report to this effect? Mr. Sunday, please there. So please, Mr. Sunday, I'll get back to you on that. Or can you just clarify that?
Thank you very much. It was a new experience. The embassy has been working in a peaceful atmosphere for long. We have enjoyed most of the ambassadors. So it was a new development, a new experience. We keep on talking, but we had no experience of reporting far because it has never occurred. Now, that was one. 2, many auditors came from Nigeria, from the foreign ministry. When they hear our story, they will give us a response like, no, it is impossible. They, in fact, one of the director of the finance came and he said, he was shouting, no, it cannot happen. This is you. But at the end of their visit, you discover something had happened between the ambassador and the editors, auditors, and they will be silent over it. We keep on open. Things will change, but nothing happened.
Even can I add something about what the same Ambassador Farane, she was owing the workers 3 months salary, and she was preparing to host Nigerian association here in Madrid, which the Nigerian Union president confronted her and asked her, "Ma, Your Excellency, you want to host the Nigerian association here, and you are owing your workers 3 months. Is it not better for you to pay them with this money you want to use?" That the following day, she paid the salary of the 3 months she's owing. You can confirm that from the Nigerian Union president.
It's so touchy, really. But I'll get back to you, Mr. Pastor Larry. You did mention on the fact that when the present ambassador came on board, that the first thing he did was to pay part of what Ambassador Deroke owed you guys. I don't know if I heard that. Then he wanted to make those payments, but at a point he withdrew what he paid to you people.
Now, to that, what he said was he had a meeting that the normal 14 payment, that is, we have 14 salary, double pay in June, which the Spanish government has created as sort of a help to their citizens. That during the summer period of time, people travel. They get extra pay in June, and December, which is Christmas time, we get another pay. And it is compulsory. It's part of the law. This most surprising thing, Madam Franca, have you ever seen a company who give out a pay slip without money? This is what we enjoy in Nigeria Embassy, beginning from 2017, the period of Ambassador Folara. Our pay slip will be prepared, but the salary will not come forth. Let us ask the woman, where were the salaries of the staff? And when Ambassador Seriki came, he said, yes, I will change the whole thing, but only to add more to the suffering. I want to tell you this, ma. In one of his first actions, 3 months, he sent a circular to all the staff that the lift, we have 4-story building. And this man sent a circular to ask the staff to submit the lift key, not minding those of us who are not okay, those who are on the stick, and those who are working with him who needed to climb 2-3 stories every day. Ambassador Seriki withdrawn the lift key, and that was the beginning that he was telling us the kind of ambassador he will be. Just the first 3 months.
Can I add something?
I'm going to get a question. It's an issue that is very, very pathetic. But Mrs. Catherine, please, I'd like you to say 1 or 2 things. Okay? Now you are all angry about the activities of the ambassador himself, right? Now, if you wanted him to have done things differently, what is that thing that you would have wanted him to do? How would you have asked him or expect him to react to the situation on ground now?
Thank you, ma'am. The aspect of that he took from us, when a cleaner wants to go up and clean, you will carry all your products in your hand, climbing the step to go and work in his office or another offices. The office there is like 18 or 19 rooms. You will be climbing to go and clean each of the rooms. And one day I asked the chancery, why can't you people give me key? I'm tired of carrying things with my hand, climbing steps up and down. Please, can you give me a key? Before they left 1 key for me. And this key, everybody is using this key to climb up. When some people like to climb up to go and submit something from any office, they will ask of that before they can't give one of the woman that is working in receptionist. This woman also use her key to help people to go up. Some people don't even have legs to climb. Some people use crutches to climb up the steps. Even if you come in the morning time, you will see one woman carrying stick going down from the step. Everybody that is there will like to help her, because by mistake she can fall down from that step, because that step is very dangerous. These things have been happening there. This man don't have anybody. I'm working in her house, in his home base, and sometimes they will send me to the office to come and work. If I work 2 places and do taprita and wash bench sheet and press bench sheet, all the work that is not mine, they ask me to do it. I do it with all my heart, because I serve Nigerian embassy. That is my country. All what I have, I will give them. That's why he gave me the best staff award. Now, after giving me the award, why will he sack me? What have I done? I want him to explain the offense. I expect him. Instead of sacking me, he would give me a salary, or raise up my salary, or make me to be happy. Why would he give me the award? Because I'm working doubly work, doing this, doing that. All what they send me to do, I do all, serving my country. Now, after giving me the award, he sacked me. Instead of adding money for my salary, pay me my double salary, give me my a year holidays, he take all. Sacking me.
No ministry in Nigeria, no ministry in Nigeria or anywhere, okay, monitoring the activity of the embassy itself. Okay. I really want to that, Mr. Sunday. Okay, Mrs. Caroline, can you say something about that? Is that a ministry, no establishment monitoring what happens at the embassy there?
I mean, here in Spain.
Yes.
One thing is that we have been asking, we have been saying, he himself have had all that the Nigerians have been saying, but he did not do anything. And our grievance is also because we mentioned that he's treating us like slaves. Number one, like my colleague says, how can you remove that key from a local staff? Why? Is it not even that leave to have been there? I worked for Nigeria for 21 years. No ambassador has disturbed us like this. We were in peace. They were pitying us. They were giving us our right. Do you know that since starting from Adelunke, Folari, during the December time, every worker, if they will give whatever Christmas, we have not been all this. But we used to double salary, our pay. They will also, Ambassador Bianca, during their time, they used to give us this. That also during December time, they will give us Christmas bonus. But since all these years, we have not been experiencing all this. Number two, when we are hearing that Ambassador Saviki is coming, it's like everybody is shaking. Everybody is walking with fear. Instead of
that the staff were being treated like slaves.
Yeah. Why should
Ms. Caroline, please let me hear from Mr. Sunday. When you say that the staff were being treated like slaves, what do you mean by that?
Well, I will start from the first question you asked Mrs. Caroline. If there is any ministry monitoring what is happening, yes, there is.
There ought to be something like that.
Yes, in the mission, we have head of chancellery. During the time of Ambassador Bianca, I remember Mr. Olaninyo, who is now an ambassador. I work with all my mind at the residence. I remember a day Ambassador Olaninyo came to me. He said, "Mr. Sonny, this work you are doing is not your work. It's too heavy for you. If anything happened to you here, you're on your own." The video of the resident is there. The pictures are there. The current head of chancellor we have now, Madam
Franca.
Yes. When when ambassador asked him to sack me, she told the ambassador that Sonny, if you see the work Sonny is doing at the resident and head of chancellor house as well, sir, you couldn't have said let us sack Sonny. This man came, instead of him to lay eye down and see how people are working, and from there he will know how to appreciate people's work. All he did is to sack people without any benefit. Then coming to the last question he asked, what do we mean that he's treating people like a slave? Yes, he's treating people like a slave because at least I happen to work with some ambassadors. I know how they treat people. Ambassador Wasani, I did not work with him, but I had his handwork. Ambassador Wasani will cook in his residence. He will enter kitchen and cook and call all the staff working at the residence. Go to kitchen and take plate and serve yourself. This ambassador we have now, you can't even drink his water, talk less of to chew his chewing gum. At the office, a lot of us are testified there. Someone will work for 12 hours, no benefit. 14 hours, no benefit. Even the 4 hours we added on top, we add it without even any complaint. We work there with all our mind because we are working for our country.
Okay.
So that's a little I can add there.
So, can you contribute to Mr. Level?
I want to add something here. You were saying something about what you expected, what you expect him to do. I don't think we wanted him to do any wonderful thing. All we expect him to do is when you come to a place like an embassy as a head of mission, you have to see what others have done before you, and go from there. That is, before even he came, when the other ambassador has gone, who was used to keep us 3 months before paying us, the head of chancellery, who was Mr. Danladi, has already regularized the thing. We've been paid now regularly. So what was left to do is just to pay the extra pay, which was not bid up by the other one, and then continue forward. That's all. Then we're in a wonderful thing, and that's all we wanted. But instead, it's that if he envied us being in Europe, envy us seeing what we are earning, because I don't see what can envy us. He earns. I mean, we cannot compare what we're earning, what he's earning. So the little we have here, you don't know how people came even to Europe. Life is hard here. You come and see what we have. You said want to take it off from us, benefit and everything. Meanwhile, you will go back to Nigeria and leave us here suffering. So I think it doesn't make we didn't expect anything wonderful from him. Just to follow what others have done over the years. That is the good thing they have done. That good job. You look at who did well, who did bad, they follow the right thing. That's what somebody who educated does, not what he has done, like trying to put up a mayhem in the embassy, as we're seeing now. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what we expected. The law is there. Follow the law as somebody educated. That's all.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Edo. Thank you so much, sir. Now, you guys made mention of the fact that you were quite in good terms with the past ambassadors. Okay? Now, Ambassador Seriki came and then changed so many things in this regard. Okay? And you guys are saying you've never had any issue of this nature with the past leaders of the embassy. Okay, now, would you say, Pastor Larry, please, I'd like you to answer that. Would you say Ambassador Seriki overreacted? I don't know if you get that. In his judgment, or are you saying that his predecessors were the one that overlooked things that needed to be looked into?
Yes, thank you very much. In fact, I want to start by saying Ambassador Seriki tenure as the head of mission of the embassy here was the first ambassador, the local staff had to write a petition to the authority in Nigeria, to Senate President, telling them to save our soul. We wrote letter to the permanent secretary, the foreign minister, and the speaker of the house. But unfortunately, I want to believe this is the way because there is no justice in Nigeria. There is no single acknowledgement.
I'm trying to own interview. You've not had this kind of problem with past ambassadors. So how come you're having this issue with the ambassador now? That's what I want you to talk.
I'm starting from because all along we have been enjoying good relationship with all his predecessors until the time of Ambassador Folani Aderonke, who changed the whole thing upside down by a target of embezzling all the money. I once had an opportunity as the head of the local staff, sat with her, discussed some issues with her concerning the welfare of the staff. I want to tell you, Ma, Ambassador Folani was an elderly woman of 76 years old who only cared for herself, not the welfare of the people. She started the problem by taking away the right of the staff. The 13 and 14 pay, she took it away. Ambassador Seriki came in, continued in her footsteps, instead of doing what is right. So we never had any problem with the predecessors before Ambassador Folani. All has been so good in the embassy.
Can I ask something on this? I think, hello?
Do you want to say something?
Yeah, I want to say something pertaining to the question you asked, Pastor Larry. I think Ambassador Demora Saraki have mission. He have plans back before coming to this Madrid as an ambassador. Because one, he came here and he knows. Now he came to the mission and he found out that people have worked 28, 27 years, 10 years, 15 years, and he knows according to labor law that all these people have benefits. And now he wants to go towards that benefit. He wants to force them to sign 1 year temporary contract, and they will be paying their tax. Now, if they sign this 1 year temporary contract, the 20 years, 27 years, 15 years of working with the labor ministry, with the ministry, where is the benefit? You will start afresh. Now, I believe his hidden agenda is when we sign this 1 year temporary contract, surely he will present the document to Nigerian government that he has succeeded cutting this contract, which we staff will not know. Because we have signed 1 year contract and we continue working, and our benefit have wiped them off into his pocket. I think that is the hidden agenda he has.
Okay.
Now, time has spent. All right, and I want to ask let's just say my last two questions. Okay, I understand that the labor law in Spain favors your agitation, favors what you are trying to fight for, right? So how far has the Spain authority been able to come in and then try to settle these issues?
I think two of us will need to answer this. I will give one side of it. The labor law sent a representative to the embassy who tried to meet with the ambassador, but he dodged the meeting until the man told the receptionist that, look, the next time we are coming back, it's not going to be good for the name of this mission in this part of the world. That was when they managed to send someone to just meet the man. That ambassador was not around, the head of chancellery was not around, because they were afraid to meet with them. After then, let me say this openly, and I'm seizing this opportunity to invite those who cares to join us. The labor law, the biggest labor law in Spain, they call them UGT. They are planning a great protest
Labor union.
Next week, in front of the Nigeria embassy to tell the world that what Ambassador Seriki has done to his staffs is wrong. It is something that is strange to hear that you sack 11 people without giving them their benefit and now bullying them again that they can do you nothing. This is so strange in this part of the world. Democracy reigns in this country. Sacking people from February and leaving them on the street without no benefit. I want Edward, who has been representing us in the labor union, to add more to that.
Yeah. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to explain myself once more. In fact, this sack issue was really strange. In fact, they even said they've never seen this such thing before. It seems as if the man from a different world, that they don't understand how somebody can behave this way. That it's unheard of. It's never been experienced anywhere. The law of workers here, but not in this way. Half the staff is not been done this way. And apart from that, before you sack somebody, the paycheck must be there. You attach the check at the same moment. This is not the case. We sign out of good faith, and now you put a condition. They don't do that. The day you ask someone to sign his sack letter, and especially with his benefit, you must put the attach a check to it. But we sign it with the promise that it's going to pay us. I didn't do that. Now you put a condition. And that's why the labor union now, they're so angry, and they're even planning to take the embassy to parliament in Spain here, who will be first thing in history in this country, which is very dangerous for Nigeria as a nation. So the country's name has been badly dented, in this form. Yeah.
I've got that. If the Spanish authority is willing to do this on your behalf, what is our own ministry in Nigeria? What is their own contribution? What are they contributing?
So far, from what they were supposed, since we said wrote a letter to the ministries and to the Pastor said, we've not had any reply from them. Instead, we heard that our colleagues who are in the embassy were threatened because he was sent a copy of what we wrote there. So he wasn't threatening the colleagues who are there in the office. That's what we learned. Every day borders, and why did you sign? Is it your signature and so on and so forth? Because all of us are concerned. Both those who are still there, those who are outside, we are all concerned. They're all under the same firing squad. Although it's not been executed, we have been executed, but there's other people are there. They don't know whether they'll not be there. So that's why we are working as one, as a team, because we are all in the same soup. So instead of trying to do we think the ministry may send some people to come and see what's happening here, but so far we've seen nothing yet. Maybe they may send some team to come and check what's happening here in Madrid. We hope so. But for now, nothing has been done that we have seen.
It's all right, sir. I do hope that as they watch this program, I think they rise up to their responsibility and they do one or two things that will alleviate the pains you guys are going through for now. All right, gentlemen, it's been an hour. So, Mrs. Caroline, let me just give you we'll round up with that. It's just a minute.
I'm just pleading to Nigerian government to help us tell Ambassador Sariki to pay us our money. That is what we are here for. Because since January, they gave us double salary when he traveled to Nigeria. By the time he noticed about it, he said, why did they give us that? The money they gave us as double salary in December, he said that we should convert that one to become our January salary. Since January, that means since December, January, we are not having anything. And now we start just like that. It's not fair. Help us, man, to tell Nigerians, tell this our ambassador to pay us our money. We are entitled. For me, I worked 21 good years there without going out without anything. It's unfair. Thank you, ma'am.
I want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming on the show, my opinion. And I do hope and pray that the necessary authority will take note of what you just said and then make the necessary commitment that will settle everything that you've asked for. So good to see you guys and see you more time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
This edition. For next week, we hope to bring you another incisive episode of something like this where you will be asked to contribute what you know and what you think can affect our nation positively. And I want to encourage each and every Nigerian out there. It shouldn't be just about you. It should be each and every one of us. It should be that when one is down, the other is lifting him or her up. Life is not just about what you do or what I do. It should be a collective responsibility to make things right and then go the way it's all to go. Till next week, when I come your way with another edition of My Opinion on Clevenard TV, I remain Franca Idemudia saying, see you guys. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.